Good morning, everyone. This is Adam Welch with Insurance Agency Marketing Services out here in Omaha, Nebraska. Thank you very much for joining us here today. Joining me on today's webinar is Gary Voith with Baltimore Life, and we're going to be talking about some asset transfer strategies and products with Baltimore Life. So it should be a good topic. I know there's a lot of interest being generated out there in the single premium life side in this wealth transfer, asset transfer market. So definitely a timely topic here today. There are some folks still joining us here, but we are going to go ahead and get moving here. So again, thank you everyone for taking some time out of your Friday morning to visit with us on the webinar. Before I hand things over to Gary to talk about Baltimore Life's really competitive line of single premium life plans, just do want to go through a couple of things here with IAMS, some incentives and services, make sure everyone's aware of all these items and make sure you're taking advantage of them. So as we get going here, first item I want to talk about is our new producer bonus. So this is applicable to those of you that are new to IAMS, not necessarily new to the business, but new to us here at IAMS. Once you get contracted with us and start writing some new business with us, we definitely want to reward that and recognize you for that. So we have our new producer bonus. We have 3 different levels to take advantage of with our new producer bonus. As we go through here, the thing to keep in mind, a lot of new agents will wait until they hit that $300,000 or $500,000 level. That's where you can get some really good rewards there. Once you exercise your new producer bonus at say the $100,000 or $300,000 level, there is no going on and claiming the $500,000 level or a different level. So once you've exercised it, that's it. But I do have a few options to take advantage of here. So you see the $100,000 level, we offer a $750 cash bonus, a 2-year subscription to website and newsletter service or the latest generation iPad. And this is $100,000 in annuity premium or single premium life premium, and then prorated for traditional life target premium as well. But typically annuity and single premium life to really get ramped up and hit one of these levels. But you see the options there for the $100,000 level. The next level up, if you choose to wait until you hit $300,000 in premium with us, we offer a full Social Security program. So it's a full marketing system around Social Security with a $3,000 piece postcard mailing. Or we offer a $2,000 matching marketing money to promote your business. So kind of a jump start in our marketing reimbursement program here. Anything that you want to utilize to promote you and your business, increase your business, you have those matching marketing dollars to help do that. Or a $1,500 gift card at that point. Or you could choose to hold off, and once you hit the $500,000 level with us under the new producer bonus, there are some great perks here, great rewards to choose from. One of which is a 5,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Matt Gill. Matt Gill is a top producer with us here at IAMS, qualifies for all the trips that we offer, all the incentive trips. But he does a lot of his marketing and generating new business from seminars, and he will go through and provide some coaching for that seminar system and give you a 5,000 piece mailing to get up and going with that seminar marketing system. Or you could choose to do seminar coaching with Dave Pemper, 4,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Dave Pemper. Dave Pemper, again, another one of our top producing agents, also qualifies for all the incentive trips. Those of you that have joined us on some of those trips, I'm sure you've met Dave before here. But he does a lot of seminar marketing as well, and he will go through his seminar approach. They are 2 different seminars between Dave and Matt. So he will provide his seminar and go through his approach for you at that $500,000 level. Or you could choose to make your own getaway. You write $500,000 with us, we can pass you off to Ritz-Carlton Travel Rewards, and you can customize and create your own getaways as a reward for that production. So that's our new producer bonus. Again, wanting to recognize and reward those of you that are new to us here at IAMS. So talking about those incentive trips, we do have our top producer escape coming up. In 2018. So we just announced this and rolled it out. You can see the dates there, February 25th through the 28th. That trip will be out at the Boulders Resort and Spa in Scottsdale, Arizona. The qualification period actually started in July of 2016, and it runs through the end of this year, December 31st, 2017. You can see towards the bottom of the screen, virtually anything you write with us here at IAMS, we will recognize with trip credits. So you can qualify with any combination of those items below, the $2 million in annuity premium, only $1.5 million of single premium life dollars, $175,000 in life target, and you can see the MedSup and long-term care premium as well. So again, anything you write with us, we want to recognize you for that and give you credit towards that top producer escape. So these are fantastic trips, and that's a great location. Been out there once before myself, and can't say enough good things about the golf course and the accommodations there. So those are always great trips, and that one coming up, again, February 25th through the 28th. Qualification runs through December 31st. So be sure you're calling in with any casework. We want to help you out, get some business in the door here, and get you qualified for that trip. Next item I want to visit about is our creative services. So we do have a full creative department here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. They do a great job in helping advisors out there building up their brand and creating some marketing pieces and really kind of customizing some marketing approaches. So here's just a snapshot of some of the services we have available for you. Basic brand building marketing to customized print marketing, letterhead, postcards, things of that nature. Online marketing, we can set you up with a website and an email newsletter service. Take some of your marketing digital. Then we have more of an advanced online marketing where we can optimize some search engine optimization for you. When people are out there searching in Google and things of that nature. So you can see those different options. A lot of great feedback from the agents that have taken advantage of our creative department here and everything they offer. Really great to work with, and they have seen a nice bump in their marketing efforts there. So if you have any interest in learning more or possibly participating in some of those services, please do give us a call here and ask for Josh in our creative department. Kind of sticking with the creative department here, we do have some email newsletters, as you saw there on the web marketing, the basic and the advanced strategy there. You see that statistic at the top of the screen here. 86% of internet users age 65 and older use email. So really kind of getting into the digital age here and marketing yourself via an email newsletter and generating some of those web leads can be a great way to supplement your leads and get some more new business in the door here. So finally, we are big on training here. We do a lot of webinars each month, and they are kind of a nice mix between product training and more conceptual training. Coming up here, we have our popular, always in high demand, all expense paid life and annuity academy. So I'm going to launch a poll here in just a second, but this is really a great meeting. It's a 2-day training. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get this poll out there. Bear with me just a moment here. Okay, so the poll that's on your screen here, I'd strongly encourage you to click yes. This is certainly not a commitment to attending one of our academies. This is just saying, please send me some more information about it. We can get some more in-depth information about the meeting out there. But again, this is a 2-day training. It's all expense paid, so we'll take care of your flight, hotel, meals, all of that. And we're going to bring you in for 2 days, May 17th through the 19th, and really talk about some business builders. So this is certainly not going to be a 2-day product training. Here's this product versus this product. This is more sales concept and marketing oriented. We want you to be able to take away 1 or 2 or more items from this meeting, take it back to the office with you, and implement the very next day to see an increase in your business and generate some new leads there. So we're going to go over, you can see some of the ideas on the screen here. We're going to go over some different sales ideas and strategies from 4 of our top producers. Matt Gill and Dave Pemper, the 2 seminar systems we saw on the new producer bonus, they will be there going through their seminar marketing approach. Go through some training on index annuities, industry trends, our top producer seminar systems, as I just mentioned, large advanced market life case marketing. So a number of different concepts out there and training available. So again, looks like a majority of you did respond to that poll. Again, I really do encourage you to click yes there. We can get a bit more information out to you. If it's something of interest, we do have a registration link that just lets us know that you're interested. We ask for a little bit of information about you and your business, and that gets you into the pool of applicants to get you out there. So I'm give that a few more seconds here. If you haven't responded, please be sure you do here. I'm getting ready to close this out so we can move on and not dig into too much of Gary's time here. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, that I did respond to that. I'm going to go ahead and close that out, and we will keep moving here. Okay, paperless contracting. Those of you familiar with us, we've adopted paperless contracting, makes it a bit more efficient for you. So if you want to get up and running, if you're brand new to us, want to get up and running with Baltimore Life here after today's presentation, pretty seamless process. We have our global agent contracting packet that you can fill out. We'll get out to you, fill it out, return it to us. We'll keep that on file. That way, if there's any other carriers in the future that you want to get up and running with, it's just a matter of letting your marketer with IAMS know, and we can take care of that. No additional forms to fill out there. So a majority of the carriers that we work with here at IAMS do support that paperless contracting. Makes it a lot more efficient and easier on your end. Finally, our website, www.iamsinc.com. A lot of great information out there and resources available for you. You can register for our website and you'll get access to some different sales tools. Our term quoting engine. So if you call in and ask for term quotes, all of us in the life department actually hit our website for that term quoting engine. So you do have the ability to run those. Maybe it's after hours or you just prefer running them yourself. You can certainly do that through our website. Of course, we are more than happy to run those quotes for you as well. But always going to be available 24/7. You can access some different forms for the carriers, pull up your apps to write annuity or life cases and see our current annuity and life product grids. IAMS Wealth Management. This is a newer service that we just launched here, really in response to the DOL rule that's kind of lingering out there right now. But we can accommodate those of you that want to take advantage of some wealth management services and add that to your offering for your clients, add assets under management, managed money to your offering. So we have a number of great partnerships put in place with IAMS Wealth Management. You can see the phone number at the bottom there, 888-255-7670. If that's something you've even thought about adding or would have some interest in learning a bit more about how we are very advisor friendly on the wealth management side, please give that phone number a call and ask for Charles Jr. Be more than happy to visit with you and get some additional information out to you and talk with you about how that can definitely help increase your business and increase your value to your clients. So IAMS Wealth Management, new service here to agents with IAMS. Retirement Analyzer software, just want to touch on this quickly. This is a great piece of software. It's more of a holistic planning tool to use with your clients. So you can illustrate to your clients how long, based on their current assets and their standard of living, how long their money will last into retirement. More often than not, they're going to run out during their retirement years earlier than they realize. So this gives you the power to make a couple of tweaks to their current situation and actually illustrate how your product recommendation and your solutions that you recommend can impact their retirement situation and stretch their dollars longer into their retirement and make that money last longer for them and retire with confidence at that point. There are also scenarios in there for life insurance and long-term care. You can see the questions down there at the bottom of the screen that the software can answer for you, but really is a great piece of software that looks at the holistic picture. So full picture. It's not necessarily geared towards one specific product, but shows how you and your recommendations can help your client and their retirement situation. So that's our Retirement Analyzer software that is available to IAMS contracted agents. Finally, one more item here, Easy Money Now. We have a couple of different programs here, our Referred Producer Program and our Marketing Reimbursement. The Referred Producer Program, referral is the most qualified lead out there. And is one of the highest compliments that an agent can receive. So if you have any contacts in your network that are agents out there, if you pass them along to us and they get contracted, we will reward you for that referral and thank you with a $50 bonus when your referral contracts with us. Then you'll get a $100 bonus or more when your referral writes their first piece of business. And you can see here in the example, we will pay a 20 basis point override on your referral's business to you every time they write. So see in that example, it's pretty easy to get some supplemental income there. If you refer over 3 agents and all 3 agents are $1 million producers on the annuity or single premium life side, that is an extra $6,000 in your pocket for you. So very easy to get some additional income there. We pay out large checks in that Referred Producer Bonus program, and we are very happy to do so because we do appreciate your referrals. Again, those are the most qualified leads that you can receive, and same goes for us here on the IAM side. And then on the right half of the screen, our Marketing Reimbursement Program. This is a great program to take advantage of. We really feel it's underutilized, so we want to make sure you're aware about it, or aware of it rather. We will pay $200 in marketing reimbursement dollars in your account for every $100,000 in annuity premium or single premium life premium, $10,000 in target life premium, I believe it is. But that is a great way to help cover some marketing expenses. So if you do a client appreciation event or you do a mail drop, as long as you're writing business with us, we set aside those dollars in your marketing reimbursement account, and we can help cover some of those expenses and really cut your expenses in half, your marketing expenses. So, something to keep in mind there. Great way to help promote your business and cut your expenses in half while doing so. All right, so with that, I am going to pass things over to Gary here. I've taken up plenty of his time, so sorry about that, Gary, but I'm going to hand things over to you and let you go into Baltimore Life and the asset transfer products.
Adam, you have such a great story to tell. That's the good news. There is unbelievable the amount of support that IAMS offers. So it never ceases to amaze me what a great program of support IAMS offers. So good afternoon, or good morning, I should say, everyone. My name is Gary Voigt. I'm Vice President of Corporate Marketing and Communications here at Baltimore Life. Certainly want to thank you for investing some of your very valuable time today to learn more about Baltimore Life's tax-efficient asset transfer program. In today's presentation, we're going to be talking about 2 products in our Secure Solutions portfolio, our Generation Legacy and Single Premium Whole Life products. Both of these products are really designed for your senior clients in mind who have what we like to call some leave-behind money. Money they don't need to live on, they simply would like to leave behind, creating a legacy and doing it in a very tax-efficient way through the use of life insurance. Now, no matter whether those funds are coming from after-tax cash vehicles, CDs, money markets, those types of accounts, or qualified funds, annuities and qualified plans, we have products that are designed to meet those needs, as you'll see here today. A little bit about the marketplace before we get started. It's absolutely huge. About $1 to $3 trillion in wealth is being transferred each and every year, and that's continuing between now and the year 2052. We know that about 55% of your clients' wealth is moving on to their family members, and about 16% of their wealth is moving on to their favorite charities. So yes, 71% of your clients' wealth is moving on to people, and organizations they know and love. The question is, are they maximizing the amount of money they're able to pass along, and are they really doing it in the most tax-efficient way? Well, the first product we'll talk about as a solution is our Generation Legacy product. And as I alluded to, this product is really designed to take single premium funds not needed for living from annuities and qualified plan funds, IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, and the like. Obviously, this is allowing your client to create a legacy, increase their estate that they're able to pass on, and do it in a very tax-efficient way through a life insurance vehicle. Now, this product is available for issue ages 60 through 80, and our product is very unique in that it's going to allow you to write a single application, and as a result of that single app you're writing, issuing two products: a single premium immediate annuity that will receive the transfer of those qualified funds, along with a limited premium payment whole life product. We'll talk more about how those products work together in just a moment. We'll also be talking about our simplified underwriting process, as well as our accelerated death benefit rider, which truly can provide living benefits to your client at a time when it's needed most. So what about that qualified market? Let's know a little bit about it. It's about $2.7 trillion of in-force deferred annuities are out there right now. About 65% of the money are in the tax-qualified and employer plan variety, but about 35% of that money are in those non-qualified and deferred annuities you're probably selling today. As you probably well know, a significant share of your clients who are buying annuities love annuities, and they're great products for growth and tax deferral, but they're not using the third leg of the stool, and that's the annuitization feature. So they're simply trying to pass that money along to the next generation. Of course, as you know, with qualified funds, there is an RMD rule that's going to kick in at 70.5. And finally, once your client dies, they're simply going to be passing along the tax on the gain to that next generation that more than likely is in a higher tax bracket. So I think we would all agree that annuities are fantastic products, but the question is it the best product to die with? If it's if it's a product that the client knows that they're just trying to pass the money along to the next generation, is there a better solution? Well, we feel there is, and let's talk now about Generation Legacy in a conceptual manner. Think of Generation Legacy as a gift your client's trying to pass along to the next generation. And you're going to help your client facilitate the transfer of funds not needed for living from annuities or qualified plan funds. Inside that transfer of funds, that money is going to be transferred into a SPIA, a single premium immediate annuity. So you're going to write a single application with Baltimore Life. We're going to issue a SPIA that will take the transfer of the funds along with a limited premium payment whole life product. Now, over a period of either 7 or 10 years, depending on the issue age of your client, Baltimore Life will automatically make annual premium payments from the SPIA to make premiums on that limited premium payment whole life product. Nothing for the agent to do, nothing for the client to do. Now, what dictates the payment pattern? It's the issue age. For clients 60 to 74, we'll issue a 10-year payout on the SPIA along with the 10-year limited premium payment whole life product. If they're 75 to 80, a 7-year payout on the SPIA along with the 7-year paid-up life product. But here's where the benefits really get rich. What if the client were to die during the period of time while that SPIA is funding the life insurance? Well, we know that the life insurance, no matter when the death occurs, is always going to be there to pay an income tax-free death benefit that's greater than the single premium paid. With this product, though, in addition, your client's beneficiary will also receive the remaining payments from the SPIA that weren't used to fund that life insurance during the years that, after their death and going forward. So if they went 2 years into a 10-year payment stream, 8 more additional years of payments would be made to that beneficiary. We'll talk more about the payout in that benefit in just a moment. So as you can see, this contract is rich in that you're getting not just the life insurance paid, but also the remaining payout of the SPIA. So at the end of the 7 or 10-year period, the gift box is complete. The SPIA goes away. It's done its job. The life insurance now is fully paid up, and it continues to provide an income tax-free death benefit greater than the single premium paid, continues to provide a cash accumulation on a tax-deferred basis, and yes, continues to provide the accelerated death benefit riders that we'll be talking about. So just to recap, the issue ages are 60 through 80. We base our pricing on current age or age at last birthday. Now, the reason this is important is that you're going to be dealing with transfer of funds from other products and institutions, and that transfer process could take 20 to 35 days. We will issue the policy based on your client's age the day we receive the funds. Now, the minimum premium to get started on this is only $5,000. How many clients did you do fact finds with, had multiple annuities where, you know, 5, 10, 20, $50,000 annuities, that if you ask the right questions, you would find out that those clients love annuities, but they're just trying to pass money along in a tax, you know, and let it grow on a tax deferred basis, but pass it along to the next generation. They're not going to need it for income. Great prospects for this product. Now, the average premium that we see on this product is about $60,000 to $65,000. The maximum face amount for the life product that we'll issue based on the single premium paid is $450,000. Now, we do have two underwriting classes, non-tobacco and tobacco, and within those underwriting classes, through simplified underwriting, we'll issue any risk standard through Table 4. Cash values accumulate in the life product in a non-participating basis, no dividends declared. Partial surrenders, they're available through the life product, but they're available after the life product becomes fully paid up, which is 7 or 10 years. Loans, they're available anytime from the life insurance policy cash value at a maximum rate of 8%. So now let's get into that accelerated death benefit rider. This rider is automatically issued in all states where it's approved, and that's the high majority of states, automatically with the product. There's no charge for this. And it truly does provide living benefits, right? It's not a long-term care policy, never intended to be that, but most seniors can't afford long-term care insurance. And isn't it nice to know that you can accelerate life insurance benefits to provide cash at a time when it could be needed most? There are 3 health event triggers that will allow your client to accelerate this benefit. They are terminal illness, confinement to a qualified nursing home situation, and in extended care, home health care, and adult daycare center situations. So the acceleration can happen anytime after issue, and once you decide to accelerate the benefit, a lien against the death benefit will occur based on the money that was taken and accumulate at an annual rate of up to 8% as a maximum rate. And then, of course, that lien would just be subtracted from the final death benefit. And I'll show you how that works in a moment. The maximum that you can accelerate is $250,000. The minimum is $5,000. But here's the good news. This benefit is paid out once. It's paid out in a lump sum, and these are unrestricted funds. They can be used for whatever reason your client deems needed. So now let's get into the definitions of these triggers and the percentages of payout. So the first trigger is terminal illness, and that means the client's doctor needs to diagnose them as terminally ill with a life expectancy of 12 months or less. Here, the maximum acceleration rate is 75% of the face amount. The second rider covers both qualified nursing and extended care situations. In both situations, the maximum accelerated rate is 50%. So for qualified nursing, the client needs to be chronically ill, confined to a qualified nursing home facility continuously for 90 days, but with the expectation of a permanent confinement. For extended care, chronic illness again needs to exist, have been so for at least 90 days, but now they're requiring care provided by either a licensed home health care agency or a licensed or state-certified adult daycare center. Now, the 75-50% payout rates on the accelerated benefit are the maximum rates. There are about 7 states that have different rates and clauses within this rider. For example, Pennsylvania and Indiana use a percentage of 65 and 40%. On our state approval charts, which are in our agent product toolkits for this product, you can see any of those state variations that exist. But the riders are clearly designed to be able to pay cash now and still have remaining death benefit for the client's beneficiary. So we talked about chronic illness as it applies to nursing home confinement and extended care situations. What does that mean? Well, if the client satisfies either of these definitions, we consider them to be chronically ill. The first one is they can't perform 2 out of 6 activities of daily living. Maybe they're okay on their ADLs, but they could be suffering from a severe organic mental illness, such as Alzheimer's and dementia. In either case, we consider them to be chronically ill. So now let's look at an example or two here of how the rider accelerated benefit works. This is a client who is terminal. They have a face amount on the life insurance of $100,000, and they decide to accelerate at the maximum rate of 75%. So they can take a cash payment of $75,000 as a living benefit. We do add a $100 service fee for that transaction, so the lien is established at $75,100. Now, if they were to die immediately after getting that cash payment, no time for interest to accrue on the lien, the remaining death benefit would simply be the face amount less the original lien, giving you a remaining death benefit of $24,900. But here's the more likely scenario. That's where they die 1 year after getting that cash payment of $75,000. So now you take the face amount less the original lien plus 1 year's worth of interest, and we're just going to assume a maximum rate of 8%, giving you a remaining death benefit of $18,892. It would take this client in a terminal condition living 4+ years for the interest to outrun the remaining death benefit. Pretty unlikely that that would occur. But, you know, there are situations, I guess it could, very unlikely, but that's why certain states like Pennsylvania and Indiana have a little lower percentage on the accelerated amount. Now, could these accelerated death benefit riders that are attached to the life policy ever terminate for any reason? Well, they could. Let's talk about those scenarios. What if the whole life policy stops or ends? And you might think to yourself, how could the life policy stop if the SPIA is automatically paying premiums on it? Well, here's a scenario. Client comes to you with $100,000, leave behind money in year 1. We issue a 10 payout on the SPIA with a 10 paid up life product. 2 years into the plan, they come to you and say, I thought it was leave behind money, but now I need as much money as I can get back. So you stop the life policy, which would have very little cash value. It would end the riders, and then the remaining payments from the SPIA would be paid directly to that person. But that's one case where the riders would end. The other would be, what if the client dies? We pay it, obviously, a death benefit instead. And finally, excuse me, what if we accelerate under one of the other riders? Let's say you accelerate under the nursing home provision at 50%. That's it. You can only accelerate once. You can't come back and accelerate a second time. The other scenarios that I painted before is, what if the lien and the interest exceed the remaining death benefit for some reason? That client who's terminal, who lives 4+ years. In that very unlikely scenario, the owner may repay all or part of the lien at any time to keep this qualified as a life contract. Even though you accelerate this benefit, there's still some cash value accumulating in the life product. And if you accelerate the benefit, you cannot have a policy loan that exists at that time. It's one or the other. Finally, the last thing is that no matter whether you're accelerating our benefit or any company's similar benefit, you should always tell your client to consult with their tax advisor. So now let's take a look at a quick summary of how these benefits would actually pay out in a scenario. This is a female 70 non-tobacco user who, let's say, rolls $50,000 from an annuity. We would issue a life product base amount of $78,000, nearly $451. So immediately you've given this lady at 70 an increase in her estate value by $28,451, knowing that if she dies, by the way, in the first 10 years, the remaining payments from the SPIA would also be paid to her beneficiary. Now look at these payouts, though, on the accelerated benefits. I mean, this is real cash to a senior at end of life who couldn't afford long-term care insurance, but they can accelerate their life insurance benefits to help them for whatever reason these funds might be needed for. So what's another tax efficiency of this program we're talking about? Well, we feel it's the transfer of the funds and how we treat those transfers. No matter whether you're transferring money from an IRA, where the money's never been taxed before, or it's coming from an annuity where there's a basis and a gain, eventually Uncle Sam has to get paid, right? But let's say the money's rolled over from an IRA and it goes into the SPIA portion of this generation legacy product. Because the SPIA is going to be used to fund life insurance over a 7 or 10 year period, what's going to happen is we're able to spread the tax out on that gain over that same 10 or 7 year period. So your policy owner will get a 1099 on the gain portion of that money that was rolled into the SPIA originally. But the beauty is they're able to spread the tax. The other nice thing is that the payment we make each year from the SPIA to the life product does satisfy the RMD rules. And finally, at death, we know the life insurance is paid income tax free, but as I told you, the remaining payments from the SPIA would also be paid if it was around funding the life insurance. Now, the default method that we pay those payments to the beneficiary are annual payments. So if there's 8 more years left, they pay 8 more years of annual payments. But the Benny could say, you know what, I want a lesser commuted lump sum, give me that instead. We'll pay that in either case. In either case, though, they will get a 1099 based on that distribution on the amount that hasn't been taxed before. One more thing on tax before I leave it, and it has to do with the application. When you're rolling over funds from a qualified plan, we have to ask the question, do you want a withholding of the money that you're rolling over? But this product is not designed to do a withholding. It just doesn't work. Also, the client wouldn't have the benefit of spreading the tax over 7 or 10 years. So please make sure you check the box on the app that you do not want tax withheld from the annuity that's being rolled over. Otherwise, we have to send everything back to you. So now let's take a look at premiums to death benefits, and I want you to start thinking about those prospects and clients you see that have annuity funds and qualified plans, and maybe you know about them and maybe you don't, but if you know about the funds, maybe you don't know what the goal or the intention of the funds are. Because a big part of being successful in this market is good fact finding.
Gary,
so here's the 60. Yes.
Can I interrupt? We do have a couple of questions here, actually, kind of pertaining to taxation of the accelerated death benefits. I know you had mentioned briefly the taxation of the benefits, but is there any more I guess, color you can provide on the taxation of the accelerated benefits?
I mean, I'm not personally a tax advisor, and that's why we recommend talking to a tax advisor. The key word is benefits may. Key word is may, in certain situations, under certain circumstances, be considered taxable. Usually they aren't, especially in situations of death they aren't. It usually gets into situations of, or terminal illness they aren't. Sometimes in situations, and it gets down to IRS rulings regarding qualified care and those types of extended care situations. But again, not being a tax advisor, I can't make that recommendation to you.
We had to try. We had to try.
Absolutely, I know. Other questions?
Yeah, and additionally, can the service fee for accelerating the death benefit there, can the service fee be paid outright, or is that just automatically lumped in there?
It's tacked on. It's just tacked on, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's just tacked on to the transaction.
All right.
Yeah, it's part of the lien. It really isn't a paid fee. It's part of the lien.
Okay. Well, I think that's everything that's come through on my end at this point. So keep on plugging.
Well, let's look at this benefit here. So 65, 50 grand going in year one, right? Because the client's 65, will have a 10-year payout on the SPIA along with the 10-year premium payment, limited premium payment whole life product. For the male, the face amount issued would be $77,361 and change. For the female, the face is $87,031. So what did you just do for this female 65 who had leave behind money of 50 grand? You've increased her estate value by over $37,000 with leave behind money, knowing that if she dies in the first 10 years, the remaining payments from the SPIA would also be paid. Now, what if she said to you, well, Alan, Adam, what if I left the money in the annuity at 3%? I'm in a 25% tax bracket. It would take her over 19 years just to match the $87,000 life insurance benefit, which, by the way, is always going to be there to be paid income tax free. So here's the 75-year-old, a little older, shorter life expectancy, but these numbers still look good, don't they? Because this client's 75, we're going to issue a 7-year payout on the SPIA, along with the 7-year limited premium payment whole life product. For the male, the face amount is $61,516 and change, and for the female, the face is $67,000, nearly $9. So even at 75, you've increased this lady's estate by over 17 grand, and for the male, you've increased this estate by nearly 12 grand. Knowing if they die in the first 7 years, the SPIA payouts would also be there as well. I don't know about you, but I've been, I'm a licensed agent myself. I've been selling for many years, been working with agents for many years. Clients love this product, any asset transfer product, especially if you're dealing with leave behind money. The beauty is when they buy, they will tell their friends, and hopefully you're asking for referrals early and often. Here's a quick ledger to show you how the ebb and flow of the Generation Legacy product works. Once the client understands the conceptual design of asset transfer and what's going on, then you get to illustrations, right? Well, we have proposal software on our agent website that you can generate a full proposal, or you can use our Mobile Link software. And we'll talk about Mobile Link at the end here today, but Mobile Link will allow you to get rates and values right on your smartphone or smart tablet. Here's the female 70, non-tobacco with 50 grand of annuity money. Her cost basis is $40,000. That was her money. But you see here in column 3 where the 50 grand went in to start, that was the rollover. Out of that money, we make an annual premium payment to the life product from the SPIA of $5,570 a year. Out of that premium amount, nearly $4,000 of it is excluded from tax, and the estimated taxable income based on the interest factor over 10 years is about $1,571. That's what you'll get the 1099 on. The ledger goes on to show the income tax-free death benefit, $78,451, and the commuted lump sum of the SPIA if death were to occur early. What about forms? Let's make this very simple. On our agent website, we have something called product toolkits set up for every product that you're contracted for with us. And in those toolkits, you'll really find everything you need to sell and market our products. One of the things that you'll find is our printable application and forms package. You'll answer a couple of quick questions. It'll automatically populate for you the forms that you need. It's also going to provide you with a set of instructions that will tell you how to get the forms to us, how to set everything up, and then more importantly, it's going to explain to you and give you instructions on completing our point of sale underwriting interview. This is really the icing on the cake, because once you write one of these cases, before worrying about dealing with the transfer of funds, wouldn't it be nice to know what the underwriting outcome is right there at point of sale? Well, that's exactly what point of sale underwriting is. You'll pick up the phone, you'll make a 12-minute call with your client to our call center, and well over 90% of the time, we're going to give you a live underwriting decision. Agents love it and clients love it too. In our product toolkit, we have a number of great marketing tools out there for your use. We'll talk about more of these later on as time permits. So let's get to the second product, and that's our single premium whole life product. This is the sister product, same goals: increase the estate value, do it in a tax efficient way, create a legacy for my family or favorite charities. But there's some key differences. The first of which is where the funds originate. So this product is designed to take premium funds not needed for daily living, single premium funds, from after-tax cash vehicles, CDs, money markets, mutual funds, and where appropriate, 1035 life-to-life product exchanges. Issue age, another difference, 50 to 85, a little broader issue age because we're dealing with after-tax cash funds. We have simplified underwriting on this product through 8 tables. We'll talk about that as well as our accelerated death benefit rider. So 50 to 85, again, it's based on current age or age at last birthday. 2 tiers of underwriting. So it's either non-tobacco or tobacco. Level 1 is standard through table 4, just like what you have for Generation Legacy. But this product has an extra tier, tables 5 through table 8. So a client with a few more challenging health conditions is going to qualify. Minimum premium, $5,000, only $5,000 to get this started. How many people do you run into that have multiple CDs? And as you know, seniors compartmentalize their funds. These 3 CDs are for my kids when I die. These are for my grandkids. This is for my church. They have it all kind of siloed or compartmentalized their funds. This is perfect for them. They're making less than 1% interest on their money at the bank probably. They're getting 1099 on it. Now you're going to show them a way of significantly increasing what they can pass on. What about this scenario? Maybe you've been in this one before. You approach a lady age 70. She says, Adam, I really don't need any life insurance. I have a burial account set up. Well, that means one of 2 things. She either has a pre-arrangement at the local funeral home, or she has a $15,000 CD set up at the local bank that the kids know that's the money set aside to bury mom. Here's how that role play might go. Mrs. Jones, you're 70. You're going to live many more years. Costs are going to go up. What if I was able to show you a way to take that $15,000 you have in the CD and provide your family with a nearly $25,000 income tax-free death benefit? Oh, by the way, if you became terminal in a nursing home or an extended care situation, you could get at some of that money to help you with your end-of-life expenses. Is that something that would interest you? That's called the burial account concept, and I can't tell you how many agents get started selling it just that way. By the way, the average premium we see on this product is about $30,000 to $35,000. The maximum face amount for single premium whole life, it's expressed in terms of the maximum net amount at risk. And that's really just the difference between the face amount and the premium paid. That gap is the net amount at risk. Cash values, they accumulate in this product on a non-participating basis again. But here's another difference, partial surrenders. This product will allow for partial surrenders starting in policy year 2 up to 10% of the available cash value. 20% in year 3, 30% in year 4, 40% in year 5, and from the 6th year forward, 100% of the cash value can be taken as a partial surrender. Loans, they're available at any time. Don't know why you would take a loan with such a liberal partial surrender capability. Accelerated death benefit rider. Same 3 health event triggers you had for Generation Legacy. The same idea of getting the benefit paid out once in a lump sum, and these are unrestricted funds. But here's the difference. With this rider, you can either say, you know what, I don't need any life insurance anymore. Give me as much cash as I can possibly get. That's a full acceleration. Can do that. The other one could be, you know what, I do need some life insurance, so let's take a portion of that face amount, keep it over here as paid up life, and accelerate the balance of the face at a certain percentage. That's called a partial acceleration. We can do that. So let's use a couple of quick examples. Here's terminal illness, same definition to qualify, but if the client wants a full acceleration, they can take up to 95% of the face, less the $250 admin charge. For qualified nursing, because they're going to live a little bit longer, full acceleration is at 90% less the admin charge. Again, same definition to qualify that I gave you back with Generation Legacy for this trigger. And finally, for extended care, home health care, and adult daycare, same definition to qualify, but a full acceleration could be done at 80% less the admin charge. Keeping in mind, along all 3 of these triggers, if the client says, I got $100,000 in face, give me a partial acceleration, they could do, let's say, $25,000 of paid up life, and then the extra $75,000 in face would be accelerated at one of these percentages. Chronic illness, same definition to qualify, 2 out of 6 activities of daily living, or a client suffering from a severe organic mental illness. So let's look at these premiums to death benefits, and I want you to start thinking about all those people you talk to and have in your book of business or will be talking to that they're making terrible interest in their cash money out there right now. They're getting 1099, and all they're trying to do is pass along some money to their kids. So think about this. Single premium whole life at 65 non-tobacco with $50,000 would give the male at level 1 underwriting a face of nearly $82,000, the female a face amount of nearly $93,000. Let's not forget, though, that with this product, you have that second tier of underwriting. And across all ages and genders, that second tier of underwriting will only show a face amount reduction of about $5,000 to $6,000. What did you just do for this female 65? You've increased this lady who's got leave behind money making less than a point, you've increased her estate by nearly $43,000 at issue. She's going to love you for this. And God bless her, if she was making 3% interest on the money in a 25% tax bracket, it would take her 28 years just to match what you gave her up front in increase of estate value by nearly $43,000. Beautiful product, beautiful concept. People absolutely love it. Look at age 70, a little older. They're a lot more sure that this is going to be leave behind money at this point. But with 50 grand, look at these face amounts. You're increasing this male's estate at 70 by nearly $24,000. You've increased the lady's estate at level 1 underwriting by over $32,000. Plus, you've got that second tier of underwriting we talked about with only about a $5,000 to $6,000 reduction. Great product, great opportunity, again, to get referrals early and often. Same story on the forms. Go to our forms package, get everything you need. We're good there. So let's talk quickly about the point of sale underwriting. I'm very mindful of your time right now. I'm going quickly to make sure I can give you as much as I can here today. Again, beautiful product, great comp, super support from IAMS, but what about underwriting? It's immediate with this process, right? You finish the app, you pick up the phone, you complete a short 12-minute interview with our call center and your client. They're going to ask your client the same health questions you completed on the paper app you're submitting, but we're going to pull up with the client's permission the data we need to look at from the MIB and the prescription drug database check. That way, if there's any conflicting information out there, we can get it clarified at the point of sale and make live decisions. After the interview is done, any underwriting decision is going to be given to you, the agent, not your client. You're the one that's going to tell them whether or not they're approved. We will give you a confirmation number that we ask you to write on the first page of the app. Now, obviously, when you get back to the office, you'll send everything in to us with the instructions we provided you. Here's the phone numbers for the call center and the times to call. We have our call centers set up for English and Spanish languages. Other languages are available upon request. We have for your hearing impaired client TTY services in English and Spanish. Please know, though, that the interview must be completed within 5 calendar days for us to process your business. Now, you might be saying to yourself, hey, I'm on the West Coast, your hours are different from mine, I'm selling on a Saturday, your call center's closed, what do I do? No matter when you complete the app, you want to pick up the phone, call the call center, leave your name and number, your client's name and number, and a date and time you want us to call them. We'll get the interview done, call you again back with the underwriting decision that you'll communicate to your client. You call during normal hours, everything's beautiful. The applications, how do you pre-qualify? We have an app for each product, and the reason we do, Generation Legacy has one tier of underwriting. So as a result, we have a Part A set of medical questions. Think of Part A as knockouts. If you get a yes to Part A, you don't qualify through 4 tables. But if you're all no in Part A, height and weight, MIB, RX history looking good, we're going to issue the Generation Legacy product. For single premium whole life, we have 2 tiers of underwriting. So we have a Part A and Part B. If you're all no on Parts A and B, height and weight, MIB, and drug history look good, we're going to issue Tier 1, which is standard through Table 4. If you get all no in Part A but 1 yes in Part B with everything else looking good, we'll issue Tier 2, which is Tables 5 through Table 8. So with that, I'm going to do a quick transition in our remaining time, and I'm only going to be able to hit part of this, and that is tell you a little bit about marketing support. And I think the key thing with the marketing support is to tell you that there's one particular item that I want you to be aware of, and that is out on our agent website, and this is a screenshot of that. You're going to see these product toolkits and color boxes at the top of the screen. And when you go into the product toolkit, it really is a wealth of everything you'll need to sell and market our products. And, you know, what we don't have, obviously, IAMS does, and IAMS has a tremendous amount out on their site. So one of the things I want you to write down in the remaining time we have is this one. It's mobile.vaultlife.com. Write that one down. You can start accessing this right now. Mobile Link is basically like having an agent guide in the palm of your hand. It'll provide you with the product information on the 2 products we talked about today, underwriting guidelines, and then more importantly, an interactive rate and value calculator. You know that ledger I showed you before for Generation Legacy? You can do that right on your phone, and it looks great. So take a look at Mobile Link. This isn't an app you download from an app store. It's a site. And when you get to the Mobile Link site, you're going to hit the button on your phone that will allow you to save that site as a shortcut. It'll create a Baltimore Life logo on your phone that says Mobile Link, and when you click it, now you're launching it just like any other app. These are non-illustrated products, so no signed illustration is needed, so you can get everything you need right from your phone. By the way, we have great point of sale presentations that you can use. I'm not going to go through all that with you today. These are great visual presentations that you can use. We also have, I'm trying to pull the slide up quickly here for us. We also have great fact-finding forms. I will tell you this, the key to your success in the asset transfer market is great fact-finding. And it's not just important to find the money, but to also be able to find the intention of the money, being able to determine what the client's current income is to make sure before you start disturbing funds that they have enough income going forward. But the fact-find form you're looking at here allows you to collect all that information, as well as to ask some key dialoguing questions like, Mrs. Jones, do you have money that you'd like to leave behind for your family or favorite charity that's really not needed for your daily living? And that leave behind money concept will create a great conversation. This screen highlights another document we have on the site, and it's called our single premium sales idea document. Just a number of great sales ideas out there for you that you'll start thinking about people you can immediately go out and see. We also have these customizable marketing flyers that you can customize with your name and contact information. They explain the concept of asset transfer, features and benefits of a solution, and then you can customize and print as many as you need with your information on it. We have these great calculator tools, which if you're comparing a single premium whole life to a CD at certain interest rates and certain tax rates, you can show them what the difference is between accumulating money after tax in a CD as compared to the estate increase we'll give them with single premium whole life. We have print ads out there for your use. We have letters. We have phone scripts. We have white papers and third-party articles. Again, all this can be found out on our agent website inside of our product toolkits. Now, Adam, in the last 2 or 3 minutes I have here, I just want to promote our conference because I noticed something, man. I tell you, IAMS always has tremendous trips. That Scottsdale trip to Boulders Resort looks fabulous. I've been there myself. Great location. I'm sure many of you have as well, but want to go back again. It takes you with IAMS only $1.5 million to get there, which is very doable in this single premium market, no matter what single premium business you're writing. But with Baltimore Life, if you do $600,000 in single premium business with these two products, we're going to take you on a trip as well. And next May, we're going to be at the Omni Amelia Island Plantation Resort in Florida. You and a guest, all expenses paid. And the great thing of our conferences, it's all about fun. We don't have business meetings. So just have a chance to flock with the leaders at Amelia Island's Plantation Resort and come join us next May. Put that on your calendar now because I know you're going to make the IAMS trip, and when you make IAMS trip for single premium, you're going to be making ours as well. So Adam, hopefully I was able to make up some of that time and still get through the slides, but I want to thank IAMS for being such a great partner with us, and we love the experience that Mark Raymaker has created for all the agents out there that are working with IAMS, and thank you very, very much for considering Baltimore Life for your business.
Absolutely. Great job, Gary. We got a little bit of time to spare, so but yeah, thank you for going through that. Some really competitive products that you have available. Generation Legacy, I know, has been kind of a hot button ticket here, especially in tax season. So great products with Baltimore Life, tremendous company to work with, and obviously have that available through our paperless contracting. So any of you that aren't up and running with Baltimore Life, if you'd like to get some more information, I will be following up with everyone here this afternoon and trying to get any additional questions may come up answered afterwards. But at this point, I'm going to wrap things up. And Gary, thank you again for taking some time to go through your offering there with Baltimore Life, and thank you everyone that joined us here this morning. We will certainly be in touch. So, all right. Have a great day, everyone.